evening. We live, baby. Sean is making unnecessarily weird noises in the other room, but he is on the way. What's up, Sean? You sound disgusting. What is wrong with you?
The dog got me.
Oh my God. What is my hair? Like, what is this? I need a haircut. All right. Kim and James Brady with Spirit Led. How y'all doing? What's up, Brandon? Good evening. Good evening. We're waiting on Sean as usual. As usual. I feel like I'm choking. It's so hot. That's really what's going on right now. It's hot. So, if Sean could ever get in here, we can get the party started.
Young dog, go ahead. Right here.
Come on, Sean. You're late. Everybody said, come on, Sean. How's everybody doing tonight? Has anybody seen this Facebook post about like this? Like, it's Brandon, it's hot. It's so hot. In this office, like I opened the door and it was like a quarter past Satan's butthole in this room. What's up, Grain Time? Oh, well, thank you, James. I think they make like pills and stuff for that. Brandon, Lord have mercy. You guys are nasty tonight. I don't know what is going on with my screen right now. Oh, I disappeared. There. Are you talking about the post about the best damn ghost tours in downtown Lynchburg? I am talking about that somewhat tonight. So for those of you that don't know, we have launched a new business adventure right here in Lynchburg, Virginia, called Hill City Tours. All of our tour dates and events are posted at www.hillcityafterdark.com. I'm also going to go ahead and throw up the QR code for those of you that want to scan it. Wait, I forgot it's on that side. Scan it on your mobile phone. Brandon, I'm going to call your wife. You need to be supervised. We live, baby. Yeah. And for those of you that didn't see, Sean and I were actually on the news recently, and Sean managed to get the news reporters to say we live, baby. So that is posted on both our TikTok and our Facebook, and that is hilarious. But we run tours Friday and Saturday night. We have two spooky history first lantern-led ghost walks, and then we have a haunted pub crawl. So if you like some adult beverages and you want a drinky drink, definitely jump on the pub crawl. Each one of our guides are carrying lanterns and are wearing period attire. So if you see us out walking about, you
Say we live, baby.
Yes. Say we live, baby. That would be great. All right. There's an arm, guys. You're getting an arm. Get in here. Y'all should come to New Orleans Paracon next year. Brandon, I really should. I really should. I really should. I don't know why. What is going on right now? Like, what are you doing?
Who?
You. Oh my God. He's just getting in here. Yes.
We are live, baby.
Also, guys, I wanted to give a shout out to the Rift Nation Network. Okay. That is
Rift.
A big deal. If you guys don't follow them at Rift Nation Network on Facebook.
The book face.
And if you have any questions, definitely send them a message. But we are proudly sponsored by the Rift Nation Network here at Hill City Tours. We are #here for it. So, yeah.
Here for
you got color on your hat today.
Yeah.
Brandon said big sexy.
What's up, Mr. Cooper?
I was trying to fix my screen because, like, why am I?
Yeah, I know. Right?
All good things take time.
That's right. Grand time. Tell her.
Like, why is this like all?
Yeah, Cody, I got the Yankee hat on today.
Oh no!
What is you doing, baby?
I don't know. It's yellow. I'm messing around, guys. I have no sense right now.
Right.
But Sean's got a couple topics that he wants to talk about now that I got all of the lovely info out of the way. We live, baby.
Yeah, Cody. We live, baby. What's up, Michelle? Yeah, James, look, I had some hangups. My dog.
What's up, Ronnie, with Bedford Paranormal?
My dog's Ronnie. There's Ronnie. We haven't seen Ronnie in a while, have we? Where's Ronnie been?
I need to get into these camera settings because it is blurry. It's all like zoomed in. It's weird.
Looks good to me.
All right. Well, go ahead with the topics you want to talk about, Sean.
Well, I mean, you had a couple topics too, but
I don't remember.
Do you remember? Well, one topic I wanted to talk about is I wanted to get everybody's opinion on manifestations during an investigation. So, some people call it ectoplasm. Some people call it fog, mist, whatever you have it. But we were investigating Miller Claytor during one of the walking tours. Big shout out to our tour guide, Taylor. I don't know how well you guys can hear me or not. Our mic, for some reason, seems to be wilding out. But
no, I fixed it.
Taylor was doing a walking tour, and all of a sudden, Nia, Courtney, and I decided we were going to investigate Miller Claytor while we were waiting. And so during our investigation, it was kind of slow. I decided to test out a piece of equipment from a local shop this time. What's up, Paul Fowler from old North Carolina? Coastal Plains. But we were testing out some piece of equipment, and then I quickly put that piece of equipment away because to me, the whole word bank thing is just not my thing. But, I decided to test it out, see what it does. But we decided to go upstairs to the kids' room. Now, it in my opinion, it originally would not have been a kids' room up there. However, the way the house has been staged is staged as a kids' room. There's lots of cribs, lots of toys, period toys, lots of interesting stuff. And there's a nightgown that seems to not sit still in that room. And when we got up there, the first thing we noticed is everything in that room has been messed with. It's been either turned or it's been moved or rearranged in some sort. This is not the first time things have been moved around or fooled with in that room. Now, not many people have access to this location, and the things that are being moved, there's no reason for it to happen. And so the weird part about it is, for example, the dress it's in the same spot, it's just turned all the way to the around, like to face the door, which doesn't make sense to me. One time one of the little tiny kids' chairs was just sitting in the middle of the floor. We're just noticing stuff. The toy train is like going under the bed and halfway under there, not even all the way under the bed. So we decided we would investigate up there, and we kept getting the strong cigarette smell. Now, Courtney and I don't smoke, of course. Better not smoke at least for a couple months, and I still might strangle her. But we don't smoke, and there's no reason for a smell of smoke, but we kept smelling and it wasn't even a bad cigarette smell. It was more of just burning tobacco. Well, mice, that's a good possibility. There's no indication of mice in the house. There's not. I've been in a lot of old abandoned places, and there's not mice. There's just no indication of it. And it's only that area of the house, that room, that has this. Things are being moved around, and I don't know if it would move the chair. Yeah, Paul, I get it.
Meese, not mice.
Meese, yeah, they're meese. Yeah, and I don't know how many mice it would take to move the chair in the middle of the room, but
that would be some serious mouse activity, like a whole.
I wish I could see that happening.
Is it a pack of mice? A flock of mice?
It's meese.
A flock of meese.
That's plural for mice and mooses. Meeses.
Meese.
Mooses.
Inside joke, guys.
It's an inside joke, y'all. But yeah. So we were investigating, and all of a sudden, we stepped in the hallway, and I thought my vision was messed up because you couldn't see. It was just the fog was so thick in the hallway, you just couldn't see anything. And then I could smell the burning of tobacco even heavier. Yes, right, meese. Meese.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the fog was so thick that I was shining my UV light through it, and it was even blocking that. And so I called Courtney out there. She couldn't see through it. But then, the weird part was when Taylor came back, it all just cleared up instantly. Like no fog at this point. Fog was gone. Fog was done. So opinions, y'all. What was that?
And I'm actually going to pull it up, guys. See that?
All right, Michelle says you're buffering.
Are we still buffering, guys?
We do have a storm rolling in over on this side.
Yeah,
y'all.
we do. I don't think so. Let me check, guys.
Are we buffering, y'all?
All right. All right, we're good. Okay. Back. All right, Ronnie, what do you see? I want honest opinions, guys, honestly, because I could show you guys this right here is the lamp. This is clearly the window. No, it was me and Sean is standing next to me. Now I'm going to zoom all the way out. See, oh God.
Good God.
So you guys can see nobody is in the frame. Okay. Nobody's in the frame.
Nobody's on the stairs. Naya's in the room behind it.
Yeah.
So the only other room is up the stairs. There's a room.
But you got to go up and turn to go in the room. So again, I can set and Ronnie, that's what I see. Honestly, eyes, a little nose, mouth. I even see like the band of a hat.
Like if it's wearing a top hat.
Like, and I can zoom in even further. Like,
I even see eyebrows above the eye.
Like, I don't really know, but.
Now when I showed Howie, you know what Howie told me? He said it reminded him of it.
Yeah, kind of like a clown face. But the thing is I see the light, but doctor? There is a pointy shadow in the front of the window. Oh, right here? I'm not sure.
Yeah, we'd have to go back. See, I can't count that, but I mean, I'm not going to not count it out, James. Now that you pointed that out.
I see that right
but I need to go to Miller Clater and look at the window because I don't remember if there's something right there.
Well, let me see. I've got more photos. So I'm going to look really quick and see if
I don't know if that's something right there blocking that part of the window. I got to go look. My photos. I just know with that little thing right there. What's up? I don't know what it is.
I don't have anything in the photo.
You don't have a picture of that window right there? There it is. There's a picture of the window.
Yeah, it's just like, see? So for your guys' like knowledge, it's they like, I know, but it's like bright and then it just goes black. And that's when we caught the face. So I actually, didn't even know that it was there.
But I'm glad you showed that. You showed me that just now. There's no, by the way, y'all, there's no light coming through that window right there. When I think a couple people in here have this location booked already. There is no light that comes through that window. Go back to where.
There's a slight light. There's like a street.
Yeah, but that light's like back off further. It's not like a light pouring through the window.
Yeah, I don't know what this pointy thing is. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. Because I don't see nothing right there.
I see the light, but there is a pointy shadow in front of the window.
I don't know what.
It is the top of a gnome's hat. Maybe it might be what was it? A puck wedgie? Looks like a face peeking out from the lamp. And that's where I was at with it, Ronnie. Like I said, this was a motion photo. And the thing is Howie came in there, and in this exact like area, Howie started getting affected and his face started changing. Sean snapped a picture of Howie and it didn't even look like Howie. I did not use a flash. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know why my camera went that way. I don't ever have my flash on. That's the problem. I don't know why the camera did that. And then it stopped on this here. So it was very bizarre how that worked. Like, and I can go through like the 10 photos I took prior to that. I used night shot, but not flash. I did take one photo that night with a flash and didn't because I couldn't see the fog that Sean was talking about. And so I was trying to capture it like on camera.
I did capture a picture.
And I tried really, really hard to capture it anyway. It wasn't picking up in night shot. It wasn't picking up in just dark. So I was like, let me try cutting my flash on. Maybe I can do it. That was the only picture I took, but that was actually facing the opposite way. Like, so this way, like over this way here is a kitchen, like off the screen. And that's where I was aimed with that camera. This right here, I don't know why my photo, 1A, why it even took a motion photo.
Sent you a picture of the actual
and
fog.
Stuff like that. But let me stop sharing this, and I'm going to pull up the photo of Sean's fog that he caught. Or could it be something else? We're going to get your guys' opinion. I don't have it.
Yoo-hoo.
There it is. All right. I'm going to share here. And this is a picture of what manifested there. What's up, Revered Wolf?
What's up, Wolf?
You can see that there's no flash in the immediate environment where the picture is taken. It was not directed towards the area.
So, Wolf, what do you think that was?
Live motion setting just because you can take a chance of getting things in pictures that can play with the mind. Agreed.
I agree with that.
What's up, Emily, with Lost Souls PI?
Emily.
So,
welcome.
This is what was captured here when Sean had just his UV light. Same area, correct. This manifested, and this is what caused us to start taking pictures. So James said, damn, that's cool. Revered Wolf said, you captured an entity which is clearly visible through the blue and purple light spectrum.
So the blue, and I agree with you, Wolf. The blue, I stopped using IR lighting, and it's something Ronnie and I talked about a while back, and also Howie. Howie and I have been talking about it for, God, I'd say about 2 years now. But I stopped using IR and started using UV lighting, and I was just investigating with a recorder and UV light, I believe, that night. I mean, I did try a piece of equipment that I got to use on our public, and I was pretty much trying it just so I know how. Excuse me, got the hiccups. Yeah, I got the hiccups. Yeah, and I was just pretty much trying it out so I know how to use it and know how it functions. But the UV is how I initially saw the fog. I was pointing it around, and I was looking at a lot of the blood stains on the floor. And what I was pointing at, when I pointed at the hallway, I was like, something doesn't look right out there. And that's why I love UV light. Having a UV light is definitely, I probably wouldn't have noticed the fog had I not had a UV light.
What did you catch right there, though? What is that?
That is interesting.
Look at. Oh, look.
Is that the same face?
Look. It's like got teeth, though, like skeleton teeth or something right there.
No, that is interesting because that.
Hold on. Let me share with you guys again.
We need to do a side by side of that picture.
Look at this.
Or whatever that is.
Look at this also. Like it looks like a skeleton face right here. Like what is that?
But the crazy. I wish Howie was live with us on here right now. And Howie, if you're in the room.
All right, so this is a legitimate phenomenon, manifestation. Not everything looks like it goes from the Ghostbusters movie. So disappointing. Everybody wants a librarian experience. Yes. Ideally, what you would need to use is what they call a broad spectrum camera. The camera captures every light spectrum, which Sean does own.
Yeah, I do use one of those, but I don't know.
Michelle said it's a face for sure.
But Wolf, I'm not sure if you were in here when I was first talking about it. We weren't really doing a real investigation that night. We were just basically seeing what we would get. We were waiting on one of our walking tours to be done, and the tour actually begins.
Those are the little gnomes. Look at their little hats.
Those are not gnomes.
They're gnomes. Why is my hand doing this? Look, it's like wiggling on this screen.
Oh, it is.
It's going. That's funny.
No, there's your pareidolia right there.
Yeah, that's why I zoomed in so far because I thought I saw the little.
But scroll back though, because that face is appearing right there at the same spot that the picture. That's where the lamp would be.
Yeah, the lamp is like right here.
Now, what's interesting about all this thick fog right here, that
Zuko, please.
That was my dog, y'all. So, what's interesting right here is look at that outline right here, where the light. Look at that outline of the fog right there.
All right. So Wolf said I would suggest taking the image and running it through other light spectrums are the filters. I've often revealed additional features not seen in the original image. Good idea. I can do that.
So Wolf, I like running it through negative when I do that.
Okay. Howie said not to be disrespectful in any way, but can someone show me a picture that the full spectrum camera actually took of the evidence? I have not seen a single picture that a full spectrum camera picks up better than any other camera. I understand the premise behind it. I remember when it was creative, but I don't see the benefit of that or any other digital camera. I'll explain that part another time. The gnomes. It's a shame you don't have a series of pictures of this particular moment capturing it before and after. I actually do.
Yeah, I've got one.
Hold on. I was going to say, please hold. I just didn't show it to you guys. So let me send this and this and this.
Actually, that's the one you sent me.
All right.
Hold on.
Please hold. We are actually going to pull them up for you guys. Typically, I wouldn't take this much time. A full spectrum camera simply ensures that for manifestation occurs on the other less explored light spectrums, it will manifest. Michelle said, interesting point, Howie. All right, let me stop sharing this. Let me go over here. Let me download these. I wasn't prepared to show all of them, but we can. So. What is this? What is this? Oh.
Well, that's what the room looked like before I started taking pictures. It's not the same corner, but it's in the same area. And I was standing in the same spot.
All right. So, and then let me get Sean's photo.
So I'm standing in the exact same spot when I took that.
So let's pull these up. All right. Photo number 1, guys. So this one, remember I told you I was taking a series. I was trying to catch this mist. So I tried cutting night shot off here. All right. Here. This was with night shot on.
So with night shot on in that picture before, that face was not there. Go back. So that's like the same shot, but the face was not there in that picture.
There's photo 2.
I'm shining the UV light right there on the right. So I was standing right beside you.
Oh, I debunked my gnomes, guys. It's the curtains, but the gnomes have eyeballs. All right. They might be gnome people on curtain hangers. We don't know. All right. Then there's that one. And then let me go back to Sean's.
So the room was completely clear. I'm glad.
Photo
I'm glad.
here.
I'm glad we took a lot of pictures.
This is not the same angle.
Because we weren't even investigating right there.
We were literally just trying to catch this like fog that we could see with our own two eyes on camera. So out of all the pictures I took, so this is the area in which we were actually aiming, but I was feeling like something was on the stairs. Naya was picking up that somebody was on the stairs, and it's a common feeling that investigators have coming in there is that they're being watched from these stairs. So, yes. So what you captured was ether as a mist. I'm so happy we're coming up there. Yes, I cannot wait to find out what you guys get.
Absolutely.
All right. So again, this was no flash, no night shot, no nothing. Obviously, nothing's there. This was night shot.
That's my arm on the
This
right.
is, yep, Sean's arm here.
I don't want anybody to get alarmed.
The little curtain rod gnomes. But that's about it. And the reason we see what's up here though. What is that like forming? What? Oh, okay. All right, it's shadow and the other one. Never mind. I didn't see that before.
Which is weird because there shouldn't be.
And then Sean caught the mist with a weird skeleton smile like the Joker. Then, like I said, this was...
That's the exact same spot, though.
No night shot, no nothing, no nothing. So, very peculiar. Either way, that is exactly what we are going to chat about for the next 30 minutes is, Wolf said you caught ether as a mist. Before spirit takes form at first, accumulates moisture from the atmosphere to gather photons in order to appear visibly. So then this is literally a theory within that mist is an electrical current and frequency, and you would consider that to be an EMF spike and EVP energy and frequency. Yes. So James,
yeah, you could feel it.
I'm glad you brought that up. It felt like we were standing in a sauna, like not heat wise, but like, like sticky, like I did not like it. Like I felt sticky. It was very weird. Very, very weird. So we took this to Howie. We ran it by him, of course, because we have a long ongoing case file of phenomena that happens, on investigations. One of these things is ectoplasm. All right. For those of you that don't know, it's exactly what Wolf is explaining right here. It's a gel-like layer that's found in living cells. Some paranormal investigators say this is what happens prior to a full-bodied manifestation. Funny thing is, if you try to Google what ectoplasm is, Athena, get out of here. Go. It says it is a fake paranormal substance from old ghost stories and does not exist. So Google does not think that ectoplasm exists, but people in the 18 and 1900s claimed it was a sticky ooze that would come from mediums during seances. Okay. They said that ghosts would use it to show themselves or move objects. And then investigators later showed that these were tricks that were made using like a cheesecloth, paper, egg whites, things like that. So quickly in the 1900s, the early 1900s, it was debunked that mediums were like using cheesecloth arms and stuff to appear as though they were like coming out of their mouth. Wolf said, and that is how they manipulate the barometric pressure inside a home. I've encountered this on Native American reservations outdoors. They manipulate the weather and the atmosphere. Ectoplasm is a thick residue commonly associated with demonic hauntings. However, what you captured was ether. Remember the element removed from the periodic table in 1903. Ronnie said, I felt it at Old South Pittsburgh Hospital, but it wasn't sticky. Maybe not sticky, like humidity. That's the best way. It did not leave a residue. It didn't. It felt like humidity. That is the best way. I'm trying to like put it into words without you guys being there because I want to paint the picture for y'all. What's up, Ron, with Booze Paranormal? When they call on the spirits of their ancestors, the weather changes. If you enter an area where you're not supposed to go, the weather changes dramatically, which is crazy that you said that because I did have prior, not this time, but I did have a why am I blanking on the equipment?
What are you blanking on?
What is the box? The blue box.
EDI.
EDI box.
Environmental Detection Instruments.
Damn, I just completely had a brain fart. Anyway, the EDI box was in the kids' room, which would have been off to the side. And the barometric pressure was going crazy, like things like that. So it didn't really have a static feel to it. It really just felt like a bunch of humidity. Like, honestly. It manipulates barometric pressure. What you felt is the moisture from the air where the ether had manifested. Something is trying to stop you from learning it. I have that when I try to do prayers during clearings.
I don't know. So on that one, I mean, that could be true. But there's been one there in particular that will communicate with Courtney. Now, none of them will communicate with me at all. Zero. They do not like. I wouldn't say they don't like me, but they will not communicate with me at all.
Probably Wolf.
but with Courtney, she has gotten the same communication, the same name every single time we've gone in there. And the funny part is when she's getting this one name, it's directly affiliated with the house. Directly. Yeah. And it's not even one of those things where you have to research the house to find it. It's right there. It's like it's there. It's not you have to dig. You don't have to dig very far. One Google search.
Ronnie, I did not show my boobs. I am a lady. How dare you?
There's the Ronnie that we miss.
Right. We are biological, but our bodies rely on ether, which is electricity and frequency. We call it life and consciousness. The disembodied energies can easily absorb into our biology magnetosphere. Big words. Magnetosphere.
Hey, man, Wolf is on it, bro.
I know. We actually act as a radio of sorts. That's what channeling is. So absolutely. I channel this said spirit from Miller Clater.
You always channel this one guy every single time.
He said, I'm back, baby. He's been on vacation.
Yeah. Ronnie's live, baby. Yeah. We missed you, Ronnie.
I'm glad you went on vacay. I hope you had a ball.
Wait a minute. Where's Daryl?
Yeah. Where is Daryl? That's so weird.
Yeah.
Earth to Daryl. But yeah, so this particular location, guys, we have just opened it up for private teams to come in. If you are interested in booking the Miller Clater house, please send me a private message. I will facilitate a date and all that fun stuff. You can choose 2 different time slots, either 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. or 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. If I had the hiccups just now too. What just happened?
Something doesn't want us to talk.
I'm trying to tell you.
No, I'm just playing.
If you want some extra time, send me a message. I can facilitate that as well.
But I'm going to give you a forewarning. So I've gone through Miller Clater with not this guy. I do not like these guys.
I like this guy.
I don't like those. Put it away.
Can you spike up to red if Sean is crazy? You guys see it spiking to red?
This is the guy I went through Miller Clater with. One of these old schools. All right. Miller Clater does not have a lot of EMF. So therefore, if you're an equipment-based team, and am I shooting myself in the foot here? Probably so. I don't care. I'm gonna be honest with you. When you're looking at real
when
you're looking at real paranormal activity, your equipment is not going to be the thing that you're looking for. Well, if you can share any information you want to here, this is where you're at. You're at the right place for it, brother.
We appreciate your input.
We appreciate it. So this is this place you can share any information. We welcome it. You are good here. We enjoy it.
We live, baby.
We live, baby. That's right. But I will say that Miller Clater is the for your real investigator. I literally can sit in there, and I'll say this over and over again. I don't need equipment to investigate Miller Clater. I literally can sit in there on the couch and just listen and feel. I don't have to set out 10 million REM pods and have 10 million things going at one time. I think Ronnie Anderson and I had a long conversation about that. We don't need a bunch of stuff to go in there. So if you're one of those teams that want to set out a bunch of stuff and wait for 10 million bells and whistles to go off, you might get bored in there. But if you're a team that wants to find the truth about some things and experience some things, you may enjoy yourself at Miller Clater. I have had equipment go off in there when I set it up. I do. It is a great testing ground to see what my equipment will do. However, we weren't even planning on investigating, and this shows up. We're hearing, I've heard full-on laughter in there.
Well, when we first got there, Sean, Naya went upstairs to go explore. I sat in the parlor area with my laptop.
Oh, yeah, I forgot all about
and
that.
Sean was sitting on the sofa in the living room.
No, I was fixing the lock.
You were fixing the lock. That's right. I knew he was downstairs. So, which is in the room next to me. Naya's all the way on the 3rd floor, and I hear her yell, "I'm coming."
Yeah.
And we're like, me and Sean look at each other like, what the hell is she talking about?
Yeah.
So she gets to the bottom of the stairs and she's like, yeah. And Sean was like, what? And she was like, y'all didn't call me? And he's like, no, I've been fixing the lock. And she's like, Miss Courtney, you didn't call me? And I was like, no, I'm in here working like on my laptop. And she's like, ain't no way. She's like, it was your voice that literally called my name.
Her little ass didn't go back upstairs after that by herself.
She said it scared her. I witnessed during an investigation when they used an EMF pump, a spirit reaction I've never seen before, as if it had been electrocuted, and that got me to thinking. Spirits absorb energy in order to manifest, but too much energy can literally overwhelm them, causing them to react violently. On the flip side, these energies and frequencies can be neutralized. I agree.
So the question is,
how do you feel about a Tesla coil?
I love a Tesla coil. I will, Howie and I, it's an experiment we've loved talking about for a long time. I need to get Howie back on the show. Wolf, I'd like to get you on the show and talk to you. We seem to think a lot alike on stuff. But Howie and I have been talking about operating with a Tesla coil a lot of places. I've seen the Tesla coil do some amazing things. EM pumps, Tesla coils, feeding the spiritual world energy is great. I honestly think we have a lot of great theories on what these things are made of, how they function, what feeds them. But we truly don't know. I think Tesla was onto something with his coil and how it works, even though we don't have an actual Tesla coil. But yes, the Tesla coil, every time, I remember Howie came down from Roanoke and helped lead an investigation with us. And we lit that house up with energy. We ran that Tesla coil for a while. And that night we had a full manifestation that night, didn't we? Yeah.
We did.
That was when we had he did a purple light experience and ran a Tesla coil, and a full body apparition appeared, and not just in the room with me and Howie. There was like 7 or 8 other people in that room with us when that happened. And if Howie's in here, he'll confirm that's what happened. And that night was insane at Sandusky House. But, put EM pumps and Tesla coils, I think that's a thing of the past. I don't even see teams investigating with them anymore. I wonder why. Why do teams not use those things anymore? Why do teams stop investigating with them? Now, I personally may be guilty of that. Maybe I've been lazy. I haven't. I would love to run one in Miller Clater. Now, I was thinking about running one in Doll's house at one time, but with that EMF in there, you don't need it. The Doll's house feeds itself. The EMF in that place is crazy.
So it's funny because talking about ether and stuff like that, a lot of the time it's affiliated with somebody who only has like psychic abilities, right? So it was proposed that there is a difference between like psychic ether, there's like occult theories and things like that. um are you talking about the physical manifestation of the substance itself when you're referring to ether and atmospheric consciousness? I just want to make sure that I'm clear because I want to do some more research on it. um what did you say? And depending where and how their spirit was decanted, it can retain the electrical charge and frequencies of its environment. This is why people change when they drink it. We all have psychic abilities. That's the dirty little secret. Well, of course, we're electromagnetic beings, receivers and emitters. That's why you get gut feelings from people closest to you, quantum entanglements. Well, yeah, I do believe that everybody has psychic abilities, just those are more prone to tap into it. There are exercises. We did a whole podcast on opening up the third eye. There are exercises that you can do to pursue further psychic and mediumship abilities. Some people choose to close them off. Some people don't want to have anything to do with it. And, either way is okay with me. If you are going to go into a location and paranormal investigate, and, as a skeptic, I don't think that that's good if you're on like a public investigation, so to speak. But if you want to go in as a skeptic, I think it's good to have like a whole skeptical side too. We are literally capable of cellular communication. The idea of a cell phone is to disrupt those cells in your body. Well, of course, we just read a whole article, or you were talking to, I think, your dad on the phone the other day when he was saying, it's mighty funny when 5G hit, birds were just falling out of the sky.
And people started dying.
And people were just dying left and right.
And that's when the C word came, the virus that we had.
Yeah. And tell me why now they're talking about 6G. What?
Well, they need another wave to take people out, but that's a conversation for another day.
We can do a conspiracy theorist podcast if you like.
That's a conversation for another. That's a good point that you just brought up. Very good point. We ain't getting into all that right now with 10 minutes left.
Yeah.
In our conversation. But also, guys, we're not trying to, we're keeping our prices. Those of y'all who inquired about booking Miller Clater, we're keeping our prices at an affordable price for a team to come through and experience it. We're not trying to get rich off of this place. The whole point of us running investigations there is for historical preservation. This will not be a place where you come to and it gets crappier and crappier through the years. This will be a place that comes through and hopefully it'll look better every time you get there, to the point where it still looks like you're stepping into 1791.
This is true, Ronnie.
The big, Ronnie and I, you should see our inbox. Our inbox is all conspiracy between the two of us.
Oh, of course, Wolf, of course.
But the biggest thing is historic preservation. Now, it is free as long as you it's by appointment right now. We're working on putting someone in there to explore if you would like to come visit it. But we are working on historic preservation. That's what the whole point of the investigations are for, is to restore. There are some locations that you guys spend your money at and go in there, and it looks worse every time you go to it. That will not be the case here. There's a lot of things. The house is very old, very, very, very old. And it looks fine. It looks great to be over 200 years old. So it looks great to be that old. However, there are some repairs that need to be made there. There is some work that needs to be put into it. And that work isn't free. If you or you know anyone who does work to homes, please let us know. But we do have a guy, I'll shout him out. His name is Mark Deal. He's been doing some excellent renovations to the house already, but we still got a long way to go. So each ticket you buy for a public investigation. Each tour you do to a walking tour, each overnight or not overnight, we're not doing those yet, but each investigation you do, that money goes back into historical preservation.
Correct. And if you're interested in jumping on one of our tours or our haunted pub crawl, the QR code is up top. It is live, baby. So www.hillcityafterdark.com, and a shout out to our sponsor, Rift Nation Network.
Oh yeah. So
We
Wolf
do
said
need
you need ether with electricity to create the spark, the electrical spark. That is detection on hospital equipment. I mean, I agree with all of that. It's definitely got a lot to do with electricity in the paranormal world that's generating this energy that we're dealing with out here. It definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm agreeing in all that.
Well,
so far, Miller Clater is producing some manifestations. So far, it's you're hearing mimics.
Equipment does go off in Miller Clater.
Equipment has gone off in Miller Clater. A lot of knocks, footsteps all day long. During the day, there's no time of day specifically that I'm hearing things. So there's no hot time or anything. I've gone in there early in the day. Been in there later in the evening. It's been doing stuff all throughout the day. Towards the idea that this knowledge we could deprive the spirit of energy, lastly rendering it powerless from causing harm.
Chuck Whippy.
What's up, Chuck? My favorite bass player in the house. What's going on, man?
We could literally put an end to night terrors and sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis is a crazy thing. I might do a whole show on sleep paralysis. So there's like little urban legends and little like folklore and wives' tales and stuff about sleep paralysis. And, most of us universally grew up hearing what?
The witch riding your back.
There's a witch riding your back. I am a firm believer that every bit of folklore or wives' tales comes from somewhere. And
I'm going to be the bad guy on this one.
Go ahead.
I don't believe in it.
Sleep paralysis?
I don't believe in it. And I'll tell you why. Because you slept beside me for many years. I go through it. I lived with it for years. It's a health condition.
You think sleep paralysis is hell no, the witch is on your
back.
If
I sleep on my back, I literally will deal with sleep paralysis. I will deal with it. If I sleep on my stomach, I don't have to. It never happens. Now, you guys can put anything you want in the comments.
Sleep paralysis, of course, is the psychiatric gaslighting people have to endure from the medical profession who don't understand what a nightmare actually is. The word nightmare originally meant night demon or night spirit. People have since misinterpreted it with an idea of a bad dream. It is.
So I'm not saying sleep paralysis isn't real. That's not what I'm saying. It definitely is real. But I don't believe it has anything to do with anything spiritual or anything to do with a demon, a ghost, none of that. That's just my belief, y'all.
And scientifically, Sean, you actually are correct.
I don't.
Sleep paralysis is a temporary condition where you cannot move or speak while falling asleep or waking up. It happens when your mind wakes up out of REM sleep before your body's muscle safety lock turns off. So that is where you get that no movement, no voice, scary sights, scary sounds. You might see, hear, or feel things that aren't real, like an intruder or heavy pressure on your chest. You feel sudden fear, panic. You have trouble breathing. Your brain basically transitions unevenly between being awake and dreaming. Poor sleep habits are the number one cause of sleep paralysis.
I have very poor sleep. The only reason why I'm saying is because I deal with this. I've been dealing with this all my life. And I'll tell you that sleep paralysis has nothing to do with spirituality or ghosts or demons or anything. It's scary as hell. Chuck is absolutely right. Yes, what's up, Sam? And this is the part where, like I said, I may lose friends if we can't have a conversation and disagree. Then that's your problem. But And I'm not sending shots at anybody. I love everybody, but I will speak my mind. I'll tell you that it has nothing to do with ghosts or demons. It's a health condition. I've been dealing with this since I was a child. If I sleep on my back, it's a guaranteed thing to happen that I will wake up and can't breathe and can't move. And Courtney is literally, it would be an inch away from me, and I cannot tap her to wake me up. Now, if she wakes me up, I will wake up and it'll stop. But it's literally, it feels like somebody's holding me down. And sometimes I'll be wide awake dreaming that a woman or somebody scary is on top of me, looking at me or something like that. It's a psychological condition. It's not a ghost. It's not a witch. It's not.
Well, it's considered a medical condition, not psychological. It's not anything like psychiatric or anything,
right.
But like it's a medical condition. It is anxiety, major life stress. Sleeping flat on your back is the number one cause of sleep paralysis, guys. Irregular schedules, shift work. A lot of third shift people experience sleep paralysis. There's little things that you can do. Try like wiggling just one finger.
And that's usually how I wake up. I start wiggling my foot really fast, and I'll wake up.
To break the paralysis. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. Like the circadian rhythm, I talked to you about this, is super, super important. And then avoid sleeping flat on your back. There are pillows now that they make where if you are a back sleeper, like you can get them and it'll kind of keep your head up elevated. Cut back on screen time, caffeine, stress late in the day. If you can. I know some people like that's just physically not possible.
I got you, Wolf. I know what you're saying.
And stuff like that. So Wolf said I don't get sleep paralysis. And in the last house I lived, I had all kinds of demonic activity. I even got possessed. I was wide awake. My wife beside me. I could not even move anything. Chuck said I had it once many years ago. Ronnie said I agree. This is the psychiatric gaslighting I'm talking about. It's not a condition where you're crazy, guys. It really is not.
It's a health condition. The main reason why I'm saying this, because this is something I've dealt with all my life. I probably shouldn't even be putting my business out there, but the way I combat it, and the only way I've been able to beat sleep paralysis is sleeping on my stomach or sleeping where I'm not flat on my back. And I know this because that's the only way I don't have it. The minute, and I've done it, I've fallen asleep on my back. It happens just about, I'd say 8 to 7 out of 10 times. I'll have it happen. And the only way to get out of it is to try to move my foot as fast as I can, or somebody makes a noise around me, I'll snap out of it. But if it's not, has nothing to do with a ghost or a spirit or a demon or anything like that.
He actually, Ronnie doesn't wear Crocs to bed, but he does wiggle his foot really fast. It's quite funny.
It's funny?
Yes, your foot.
I'm literally dying here.
You're not dying during sleep paralysis. Your brain just missed a wave. Like, what? It's paranormal. In fact, there was a woman who suffered night terrors recently and decided to film herself at night while she was asleep, and the thing that was causing it manifests as a black shadow. Now, there is a difference between a nightmare and sleep paralysis. I will argue that one solely because a nightmare is way, we're not even talking about that. We were talking about sleep paralysis. And that is a medical condition. A nightmare could be a psychological condition too. A lot of people have nightmares, if they're going through or have been through a lot of trauma in their life. Yes, a big ass croc, clown size. That's hilarious. But ask yourself,
Ronnie.
Ask yourself.
He's back.
Do you notice any other sleep issues when this is going on, like snoring, or do you wake up gasping? Are you dealing with a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety? And, is this, like I said, is this linked to PTSD, panic disorder, bipolar? Those are all things that could link to sleep paralysis, but aren't caused by, stuff like that. Now, again, going back to my original point before we wrap this up, every bit of folklore comes from something. So to piggyback off of Wolf and what he is saying right here, it's paranormal. There was a woman who suffered night terrors, blah, blah, blah. Spirits feed on fear, and that's what the terrors are. Okay, so the reason I said that every piece of folklore comes from something is because there is a story of a witch that would attack people back in the day while they were sleeping by getting on their chest and essentially choking the life out of them. They couldn't move, they were paralyzed, they couldn't see, they couldn't speak, they couldn't hear. Like they knew what was going on, I guess, but like couldn't do anything about it. Okay. So that is where that piece of folklore meshed with sleep paralysis. If you're talking about night terrors, that is something like a whole nother conversation for another day. Again, a lot of nightmares are attributed to your psychological state prior to going to bed. Okay. Notice when you have a nightmare, what did you do before you went to sleep? I could talk on dreams for days, guys. I've done a whole podcast on dreams. What did you do before you went to sleep? You watch a super scary movie and, about a witch jumping on somebody's chest and scratching up and clawing their face. And now all of a sudden, middle of the night, you have a dream that there's a witch sitting on your chest and clawing at your face. Could be attributed. You know what I'm saying? Did you have a super stressful day at work? You came home, wife, husband, nagging the hell out of you, dogs on your nerves, kids are on your nerves, and you're ready to just pull all of the hair out of your head. And so you're like, F it, I'm gonna have a drink and I'm gonna go to sleep, right? That could attribute to a night terror or a nightmare. Now you're stressed out and you're having nightmares about the day prior. PTSD is a big cause of night terrors. I know people that were like ex-military and would have, dreams in the middle of the night, and they would actually be, crawling across the floor and thinking that they were in active combat. And it's no joke. Like, it's a nightmare. That's PTSD. So that's, definitely something. I've been working on the paranormal field for 40 years. I've heard all the gaslighting explanations, but it's not sleep paralysis if you are awake. Sleep paralysis, you technically are awake. You just kind of skipped like a neurotransmitter there. You woke up out of REM sleep before your brain woke up. That's one story. Other people have all reported the same experiences of an entity sitting on their chest while they're sleeping. There's even a famous painting of this. That's a bad dream. A nightmare is two words that modern people have compressed into one, confusing it with a bad dream. The word mare means spirit or demon. So
that's a good topic for another show.
It is. I can definitely do a part 2 on this for Wolf. If you want, you can get on here. We could talk about dreams, nightmares, REM sleep all day long. I have studied dreams. I'm 43 years old, guys. I've been studying dreams, nightmares, night terrors, the whole nine, pretty much since I was a child, because I'm fascinated by them. I'm fascinated about how the brain works when you go between conscious state and a sleep state. So I'm ready for that one. Let's see. Again, we are kind of blurring it when you're awake, conscious, and aware, not in bed, and something holds you against a wall or pins you to the floor that you can't see. That's not sleep paralysis. If you're awake, the word sleep shouldn't even be involved in that word or in that whole entire experience, to be honest.
Yeah, if I'm sitting here and something
pins you up against the wall, at that point it's an attack.
It's an attack. Yeah,
that's not.
But if you're laying in bed and you're asleep, and I open my eyes as I'm waking up, my brain hasn't fully processed waking up. That would be sleep paralysis.
Yeah, there's two different things there. I think we kind of might have meshed the two or got like some kind of confusion in there, Wolf. I'm not sending a shot at you in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying, if you're awake and that happens, I wouldn't even attribute that to a nightmare or anything else. That's straight up a spiritual attack. If you are awake, like Sean said, and somebody pinned you up against a wall, like you are having some other, we need to call a priest for you or something. I don't know. I learned a lot when I worked with Penn State. It's nice to be around like-minded people. The thing, whether you're awake standing up or awake sitting down, the sleep part shouldn't be included just because you're on a bed. Well, I agree with that. That's what I'm saying. There's a difference between a spiritual attack and sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis is really, honestly, a misfire in your brain. So if you are awake, sitting on a bed, sitting on a chair, sitting on a floor, sitting on the ceiling, I don't know where you're sitting, and this happens, like at that point, you're right. It is a spiritual attack. I'm agreeing with you. So, but guys, we will, I've had the same thing happen in my bed and also in locations where traumatic events have taken place and haunting occurred. I mean, it's possible, but we can continue this in a part 2.
We'll do this next week. We'll talk about it.
For sure.
Yeah, we'll come back around to it.
Yeah.
It's a great topic. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it.
For sure. But guys, we are getting ready to wrap it up. We are out of time. Head on over to the freaking awesome paranormal show on the Riff Nation Network and
Ryan
check out
Jones and
Ryan
Rhonda.
Jones.
And Wolf, we do appreciate all that you're saying and all your comments. We may not agree on them all, and that's okay. We live in a free country. We can agree, we can disagree. We still love you. We still love everybody. Everybody took the time to hang out, and we know that we know you're not attacking us, man.
Not at all.
We love the dialogue here. We're adults. We ain't like some of these other paranormal folks out here.
Paranormal.
We can always agree and disagree and still love it. Look, my best friends, and I'm not going to spend too much time talking about this, but my best friends in this thing we call the paranormal field, right? I'm going to mention them, Howie and Ronnie Anderson.
Ronnie don't agree with shit.
Me and Ronnie don't agree with nothing. On nothing. Nothing. But Ronnie's here every week supporting us. Every time Ronnie, if Ronnie ever needed me, I would be there in a heartbeat. And I believe Ronnie would have my back in an instance. Howie and I don't always agree on stuff, and we talk multiple times a week, and we're usually on the phone no less than 30 minutes to an hour on the phone. Most of my closest people in the paranormal world, we don't agree all the time. That's okay. And let this be a lesson to a lot of the new paranormal folks. You can talk to people who are like-minded and not always agree on everything. That's okay. But we will continue this conversation. We will. So
for sure.
It's a great topic.
But
great topic.
Again, guys, QR code up top, hillcityafterdark.com. Book your tours if you're in the Lynchburg area. We also are offering private investigations of the Miller-Clater house built in 1791. If you're interested, send me a private message if you haven't already done so. But guys, until next Tuesday at 8 p.m., I am Courtney.
I'm Sean.
And we'll see you on the other side.